Despite forecasts predicting the arrival of Hurricane Hilary in the California area, the storm has yet to make landfall in any of the coastal cities or towns. Those living in the path of Hurricane Hilary remain hopeful that the storm will not hit them, but are also preparing their homes and stocking up on necessary supplies. Many businesses in the affected area have closed down in anticipation of a hurricane making landfall, and are waiting to see whether Hilary will indeed cause lasting damage. People in nearby states have been warned to stay alert, as the path and intensity of Hurricane Hilary is constantly changing. Meteorologists are monitoring the situation closely in order to warn people of an impending disaster and offer advice as to how best to remain safe and secure. Emergency crews are also on standby, ready to help evacuate people in case of evacuation warnings issued by authorities. There is talk of Hurricane Hilary making a turn as it approaches the California coast, but it is too early to tell whether this will be the case. Homeowners in the area have been asked to protect their exterior from the high winds that could come with Hilary, as well as board up their windows and doors. At least one hospital in the area has already taken the steps to move patients to a safer location, in the event that the hurricane does hit. As the storm moves closer to California, residents are doing what they can to prepare themselves and their family for the worst. Communities are banding together to help their neighbors in need, providing them with supplies and assistance wherever necessary. The California government has activated its emergency operations in anticipation of the worst should Hurricane Hilary hit the region. Many residents have decided to leave their homes in the face of a disaster, evacuating to shelters that have been set up in designated areas. Regional authorities in the state have been issuing warnings to its citizens to stay inside and not take any unnecessary risks should Hilary make landfall. Volunteers have been on standby to help rescue people who might be in danger should the storm hit and cause severe flooding or mudslides. Food banks and other assistance services are also being set up in anticipation of the hurricane, in a bid to meet the needs of those most affected. The worst scenario being considered by authorities is the massive destruction that a hurricane of this magnitude could cause in the state. Local authorities are working diligently to put in place an evacuation plan that will take into account the safety and security of residents of California. Scientists and other environmental experts have been monitoring the hurricane's pattern of movements and wind speed in order to better predict how it might affect the state. The Red Cross has already set up emergency shelters and is ready to provide assistance to those who may need help in the event of a hurricane. Schools have been put on alert and are closely coordinating with local emergency services to prepare for the storm, if necessary. Businesses across California have been on high alert in the face of the possible landfall of Hurricane Hilary, implementing business continuity plans and preparing for the worst. Insurance companies in the state have already made preparations in order to help citizens recover from a potential disaster. Transportation routes are being monitored and evacuated areas are being blocked off, in order to prevent people from straying into the path of the storm. The National Weather Service has issued multiple warnings over the last few days to citizens of California, advising them to take safety precautions in preparation for a possible landfall.